We're going to use application integration, Google Cloud's iPaaS service. Here's what the use case looks like. We're going to have a claim file that gets dropped as a PDF into a Google Cloud storage bucket. That's going to notify integration that the new file has arrived. We're going to then go through a series of steps to orchestrate the processing of that PDF file into a digital copy of the data. This is what the solution looks like. You can see the file arrives at Google Cloud Storage. That's going to notify PubSub. Then PubSub will trigger an integration, and then integration will orchestrate a series of steps. So we will download the file from GCS using the GCS connector. Then we'll digitize the data using DocAI. Then we will send it to BigQuery and SalesForce using the connectors for those systems. Let's jump into the product and see what it looks like. This is the medical claim form. It has the subscriber information. You can see that this is Prince Charles, and this is the form that we want to scan in. It's got the address, it's got several identifiers, and as we scroll down, we'll be able to see that there's a medical invoice attached. It has a total of $500, and you can see the invoice number is ending with 342. Let's remember that for later on. This is going to be placed into a Google Cloud storage bucket, and once it is, that will go to PubSub via notification, and from PubSub it'll come to integration. So in integration we have this document trigger. This is going to start the flow, and once we have the document trigger receiving that notification from PubSub, we're actually going to go fetch it from GCS. So it basically sends us the file name. We do some data mapping, and then we call the DocAI service to classify the document. Once it's classified, we make a decision. Is it a valid claim or is it a not valid claim? If it's not a valid claim, we send an email to someone so that they can take care of it. If it is a valid claim, then we go through this process where we start extracting. So we call DocAI again, and we say, okay, we know it's valid. Please give us all the metadata. And it's going to basically scan that in. It'll give that back to us. We have the total amount now. If it's less than 999, we take an automated approval process. If it's greater than 999, we go through an approval process. Now, if it's approved, or if it's less than 999, it is going to be automatically sent to SalesForce. And then if it's not approved, or approved, it's going to go into BigQuery. So this last step uses the BigQuery connector to write it to BigQuery. Now, let's go ahead and upload the file as a test. We'll choose this medical invoice that has Prince Charles information in it. That's going to show up here. Yep, there it is. And now we'll go over to the integration tab and view the logs and see what happened in the flow. This is great. We can see that it has succeeded. If I click into the details here, we'll be able to see, yeah, all the steps succeeded. And we won't go into all these details. We already stepped through the whole flow. So let's go to SalesForce, and I'm going to refresh this, and we'll see, yep, Prince Charles has shown up here. Now, if I click on this, I can see all the details. We can see it picked up the address. It's got that invoice number that ends with 342. That's great. It's got the $500. So everything looks good in SalesForce. Now, over in BigQuery, yep, we have it here as well. We have Prince Charles. We can see that the invoice number ending in 342 is here, and so everything looks great in both SalesForce and BigQuery.